Welcome to another edition of 42 Straight Years In. I got a couple crackhead head dates on this video. Lion Willie was over here this morning. Him and his girlfriend, they came over and they hung out to about 12 o'clock. We ate breakfast and it really was a nice day in Dallas. It got up to 58. It was sunny. So we sit out on the patio a little while because of this COVID. It's done flared back up. Lion Willie said when he was on Mars, they got a cure for COVID. He said it's a simple remedy. I asked him, I said, what is the remedy? He said, I have to send it to you in a text because people might be listening. He was talking about my old lady. He said, people might be listening and they go tell every damn body. So she said, what you making references to, Lion Willie? You talking about me? He said, no, I'm just throwing that out in the air. He said, a hit dog always holler. Boy, the wrestling match was on. Man, this is the first time I ever stopped them. They almost gonna break my brand new laptop. And I ain't having that bullshit. I'm gonna kick the shit out of both of them. They break that laptop, it's a wrap for them. I moved the laptop out of the way and the wrestling match was on. Boy, they wrestle, they horseplay. I mean, they really be having fun. They don't never get mad at each other, they just be having fun. Then I went, I didn't feel like cooking lunch, so I went up on Carol to Louisiana Fried Chicken. And it's this chick I see up there all the time, talking to herself. Man, she be dirty as hell. But she got a nice shape. She done lost her rabbit ass mind. She done lost it. Man, she was sitting up under a blanket, just rocking from side to side and screaming like a banshee. Man, she was screaming. Then she'd come up under the blanket and look around, start laughing, and drink something out of a cup. I don't know what the hell was in it. Then she'd go back up under the blanket and do it again. And she's out there all the time, man. She sleep right there by the quick stop. And she got a nice shape on her. She young. But she's so off in the deep end, I met no guys don't want to pick her up. And because most time a nice looking woman, she ain't gonna be homeless long. Listen, she got severe organic stuff going on in her brain. That's the only way she gonna be homeless, and no guy don't want to deal with her. But I see this lady out all the time. So I went and asked her, I said, say, are you hungry? She looked at me, she said, yeah. So I went in, I said, what do you want to eat? She said, get me 2 legs and some red bean and rice. So I went in Louisiana Chicken and bought it for her, took it over there and gave it to her. She was up under the blanket screaming when I walked up. So I let her finish. I said, hey, here your food is. She come up under the blanket just smiling like it's all in a day's work. I gave her the food. She ain't gone too much. She say, thank you, man. And that's bad. I ain't gonna lie. I've been out of prison for a minute, but this shit is hard for me to fathom. Every day you see this type of shit. I mean, everywhere you go, you see this. Everywhere. You know, that's my crackhead update. Y'all know what it is. Oh, man. Look what I got. Mini-me. But mini-me will kill somebody's ass. You think it won't? Y'all get your motherfucking shanks out and let's get ready to ride. Recently here in Dallas, it was a young guy, 14 years old, out in Garland. He went inside this store and he killed 3 other young guys. All of them is teenagers. They said they had an altercation a couple weeks before the incident. Now his daddy drove him to the store. His daddy was a getaway driver. He was arrested. He turned himself in. He's in the Louisiana Justice Center on a $1 million bond. Now, what type of mentor will your dad know that you're going to go kill some people and he drive you to the scene? He don't try to talk you out of it. Whatever it was about, y'all guarantee you some petty ass shit. It's not worth committing no triple homicide. Now, they arrested one 14-year-old, but he knew about it, but he wasn't the one doing the shooting. So they released him. They got a $10,000 reward out for his son. Now, in the Texas juvenile law, they can only sentence this guy to 40 years due to his age. But check this out. The judge can run 3 40s consecutive and he'll have 120 years. The way that'll work on the Texas law, he must complete the first 40, make parole on it, or do the whole 40. And most time a young guy, they'll probably transfer him over to the prison system when he's 16. They'll send him to the Ellis unit, where they got youth offenders at. And as he get older, they'll move him to one of the mainline prisons. And majority of those guys are going to catch a lot of disciplinary because they got peer pressure on them. They're around all these older, hardened guys, and they got peer pressure. And if he join a gang, it's automatically he going to get some disciplinary. So ain't no guarantee he'll make parole on the first 40. He got to serve 20. In Texas, you have what is known as an aggravated offense. That is rape, murder, attempted murder, robbery, anything concerning violence, kidnapping, assault on a minor, all those are aggravated offense. You must serve 50% of your sentence to be eligible for parole. Now, it basically, he'll never see the outside. If he do 20 on the first one, all things being equal, they parole him to the second one, he do 20. They parole him to the third one, he served 20. He'll be 74 years old then, if they consider releasing him on the last 40. That's a hell of a way to spend all your young life inside of a maximum security facility. You'll never get to see what a prom is like, what a graduation ceremony is like. You'll never experience that unless you do a GED graduation in the prison system. You know, I don't know what would lead a guy to go kill 3 people, especially at the age of 14. How in the hell you think about killing people when you was 14? I was 14. I was so happy to be with my little pretty girlfriend holding hands when ain't no adults around. I was happy as a jaybird playing sports. Man, when I was young, all kids know how to play sports. So we didn't have Facebook and Nintendo and all this Xbox. We didn't have none of that type of shit when I was young. All of us played sports. You was going to be good in some sport. Now, me, I played all of them, baseball, basketball, and football. So I was busy all the time. When I come home, I'm tired as hell coming from basketball practice. I want to get me a shower, a bath, eat, do my homework, and go to sleep and start the day over. You know, kids now, they got so much electronics can keep them occupied. You know, majority of them ain't studying no educational program. I talked to some kids, they dumb as a box of rocks. I spoke at a school. And I asked them basic, simple questions. This is an 8th grade class. I asked them, what is the capital? I told them this. I said, I got a $100 bill here. And if it's a tie, I got $200 bills. Anyone can answer these 3 questions. I told them, put your cell phones away, your tablets. If any student is using a tablet or cell phone, you disqualified. I was going to say, what is the capital of Brazil? Man, they placed Brazil all the way up by Canada. I say, damn, what kind of damn students is these, man? I said, man, this is pitiful. Now, this is the future of the United States right here. Eventually, these kids going to grow up and going to be politicians and all that shit, law enforcement. And those are the type of people you're going to have to deal with. You think it's horrible now. Man, look at their mindset. Look at their philosophy on life. They got a total disregard for humanity. Total disregard. Now, if he get into the prison system, once he enter the adult system, it ain't gonna be no cakewalk like a juvenile facility. You in the land of the big boys. That's where the big boys play at. And people are gonna start screaming bloody murder when bad things happen to him. You know, it depends on how you interact with other convicts. It's really deciding factor on how you make it in a prison. Everybody can't interact with all these type of people from various backgrounds, different personalities, conflicting personalities, different social and economic circumstances. You gotta have to deal with all these people. It's a whole mixture of different people you're gonna deal with on a daily basis. You're gonna have to interact with them. When you go to chow, the guy serving the food. Yourself, the guy you housed in the cell with. If you live in a dorm, the guys on both sides of it, you're gonna interact with them. You know, everybody just can't do it. I've seen a lot of guys try to handle that situation the way they would on the outside. Well, the outside shit don't work in there, and the shit that go on in the inside don't work out here. You're gonna have to adapt to that environment. And if you got a long sentence, you're gonna have to be at least 50% institutionalized to survive in prison. You cannot be in prison serving a long stretch and all you do is think about the outside every day. You finna screw up on the inside. I'm sorry, that's my two girlfriends. They in the other room and they're banging on doing something. And know damn well I'm doing a video. I can hear that shit way out here. I told them to just be quiet for about 30 minutes. God, man, shit. Anyway, I got two women living here, so it's hell here. I really enjoy it. I remember days while I was locked up, man, I dreamed about sitting back watching a movie and I got a naked woman right beside me. Now, those dreams came true. I got it, just like that. And somebody in the comment section asked me, said, it wasn't no available black women. Dude, I live my life according to my rules. I'm gonna deal with people who show empathy toward me. This woman was with me when I didn't have jack shit, nothing. I didn't have anything. I didn't have no car, no nothing. And she stayed down. She had the car. I was using her shit. I didn't have a car. And she stayed down all the way. So now that I done come up a little bit, I'm going to stay down with her. But she was down with me. And we have a good time in this household here. Tomorrow we going to Fort Worth. This corona, they got a new virus that came out. Man, you got to be careful. So I'm finna curtail the little activity that I do have interacting with other people. I'm not going to no one's house. That shit ain't happening. And the only person I'm letting up in here is Lion Willie and his girlfriend. That's it. Nobody else ain't coming to my house. You ain't coming in here. It's a damn shame you got to live that way, but you don't never know who's infected. Now, on the situation I just described on the young guy in Garland, Texas, who killed the 3 people, in the comment section, what would you do to this guy? Now remember, under Texas law, the longest sentence he can receive is 40. But it's no guarantee when you'll be released on that 40. You know you got 40 years. And he got a triple homicide. In all likelihood, that judge gonna run the sentences consecutively, meaning stacked, one after another. So in essence, you'll have 120 years. If you was a jurist, how would you handle this 14-year-old? Now, you can't just pat this fucker on his hands, because that was malice aforethought. You done killed 3 people. That was by design and a plan. And if a guy is that violent at 14, can you imagine what he'll be like when he's 21? If he can kill 3 people with no remorse, no anything, at 21, he can kill 30 the same way, same mindset. I gotta let this video go because they making too much damn noise for me. I can hear it. I hope these microphones don't pick it up. Yeah, I appreciate some of the people coming on Oh Lord's picture. Now what happened? The picture wasn't Photoshop. It was black and white when I purchased it at the Texas Prison Museum in Huntsville. And I use a colorizing app so you can see better clarity, and that's why it looks the way it did. I ran it through the colorizing app, and it came out in color. Because a lot of the old Texas prison pictures are in black and white. Now they charge you for these pictures. They don't give you this shit free. You got to pay for it. You know, since the pandemic, the Texas Prison Museum has been closed. So they needed me driving 179 miles to Huntsville, and the shit is closed. So that's why I don't use a lot of the thumbnails. I done ran out of them, and I don't want to recycle some of the ones I have used. But I got a picture of Mr. Forbes sitting in the chow hall at Ramsey. I will upload it on my community page. Also, I did an interview, but it's on my Patreon. I couldn't put it on my YouTube channel, but it's on Patreon. Y'all keep your shanks ready. All of them got their checks now. They looking crazy, they talking shit. But we know for a fact, in about another week, they're going to be back flying a sign and looking at the ground for some shit they lost 6 months ago. They think they lost. They're going to be looking. I seen a dude digging up a whole damn flower bed. He was just digging and looking. And he scratched his head and digged some more. What this motherfucker should have been in the landscaping. Because he done told these people whole damn yard up. I don't know who yard, he was just digging. With his hands, just digging. And he'll look and sift through the dirt. I don't know what the hell he think he buried. But when I drove off, he still was digging. Y'all support me over on Patreon. Like and subscribe. And I thank you for watching.